I wanted to take a moment because something has been on my mind, and I'm holding the camera on my phone, so excuse me if it gets a little wobbly. But something has been on my mind, and those who know me by now know I have to process by making these videos. Things become clearer for me, and there's something I really want to address as I continue to push the envelope or cause a scene, which is the strategic disruption of the status quo in our technical organizations, communities, and events with Stack Overflow. I really want to address that because it's been said a few times that I'm doing this because I want them to hire me as a consultant, or I'm looking for a job, I'm branding myself, all these things. And all these things could be true, but they're really not. The branding thing was the reason that I started doing these videos. But this hashtag cause a scene has become so much bigger than anything I decided to create months ago. And so this is not for me about getting a job. Some of you won't even understand this, but I'm going to be transparent here. I live my life, or attempt to live my life, as closely as possible to a spiritual principle that says that there is abundance. There is no lack or limitation in my life. Freely I give, and freely I receive from the storehouse. So that's my philosophy. And that is, as I process, I'm really seeing how that's connected and why I can't get away from inclusion and why it's in everything I see now. Yes, the privilege thing is shocking every time we see it, like the Starbucks event that happened this weekend. I can't tell you how many times I gone to a Starbucks, connected to their internet and their Wi-Fi, and plugged in to charge my devices, and never bought anything. I do it all the time. So the privilege thing is an issue, and that was one of the reasons that I had to take a break a few weeks ago, because I saw myself getting caught up in what's wrong, putting out what's wrong, in ways that I had no control over, having no impact on it. I really didn't have a voice. I really didn't have a strategy for it. And so it becomes frustrating and scary for me and for people like me, because who wants to live in a world where you can get arrested just for sitting in a Starbucks waiting on a friend? That's just crazy. But that's not the as I said, the privilege part, though jolting, when we see people of color see it, we're like slapped in the face again because it exists. That's not where I do this. I do this work, and it's just becoming more clear to me and more clear to me and more clear to me, because, and again, many of you won't understand, this is my spiritual work. This is what I was put here in this space to do. Now, I don't know what'll happen tomorrow, but today I'm in the tech space with the skills that I have, with the empathy that I have, with the ability to communicate that I do, to improve inclusion and diversity in our tech community. And again, when I talk about, I want to define terms here. Diversity is about variety. So think about having a Crayola box of crayons, and there's, no matter if you have the 4 count, the 8 count, the 16, 64, whatever, there's variety. There's usually more than one crayon in there. And when kids or whatever are using crayons, we get so excited when they pick out the different colors, and they're playing with the different colors, and they're creating things with the different colors, because that brings out the beauty in something. So that's what diversity is for me. But inclusion is my holy grail. It is the thing where everybody, people of privilege, people who are underrepresented, people who are marginalized, and anybody in there who I have not counted or included, feels comfortable, has an experience of being welcomed and treated well, and feel that their safety, mental, physical, and spiritual, emotional safety, is not going to be tread upon being in that space. So, no, I'm not doing this for money. I'm not. And I know that there are people in my network particularly illegal white men, who are concerned about me, thinking and believing that I'm giving away content that Stack Overflow can use without hiring me as a consultant. I'm sure that's true. It's happened before, and that's why many of them are concerned. There are many groups in this community who have tapped me or other people with this kind of background, with this kind of expertise, used us for that, and did not pay us, or did not pay us well for the impact, for the return on investment they got. But you know what? I don't even care. I can't live my life if I believe in abundance, if I believe that everything I do will come back to me. I cannot live like that if I'm holding back information because I fear that Stack Overflow or anybody else is going to steal my content. I don't do this for them. I don't do this for me. I do this because I have to. There is a community of people out there who, and I'm talking about people who are in this non-technical space. We do this for them. We need to remember that. This is not for us technical people who, on the spectrum, people who think they know everything, from the people who are just learning and are getting into this space. This is for your mom, your nephew, your daughter, your neighbor, all of these individuals who are trusting us. And we can see this in the Facebook example. We can see this in the Uber example. They are trusting us to create products and services that solve their daily problems, that make their lives easier and don't cause them undue harm, stress, and struggle. So that's why I do this. So anybody who is questioning my motives, this video is for you. This is the last time I'm going to address this. And if you say something in my feed that is directed to that, I will simply drop this video in so that you can understand this is not why I do this. I do this because this is my spiritual mission. This is something I cannot step away from. And it goes beyond Stack Overflow. But they are the biggest player in this game of people who are creating these products and services for a global market. And so, yes, that's who I'm focusing my attention on. So I just wanted to come to you and say that, and say, yeah, that's it. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because I can't do this. I cannot not do this. And I know that I will get whatever is coming to me in abundance. So have a wonderful day.